Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Stella, your life transformation coach. In this video, we are going to see the next chapter of my book, The Girl with the Blue Skills. Let's read together. So far, we have completed with chapter 1 and the introduction. So we are starting with chapter 2. Let's begin. Finding your true self. That's realization. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frighten us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Marianne Williamson, a Return to Love reflections on the principles of A Course in Miracles. Sarah started recollecting all her achievements, the appreciations she got from her schools and college, and all the rewards and recognitions she had received. She called to her mind the days when she lived a simple life and let go of some desires, as her parents could barely afford the school fees. Many of Sarah's friends could not secure a job, and those who got one could not continue after their marriage. She fixated her mind on continuing her job and looking for options to take care of her baby. Sarah called her mother and asked her if she could take care of her child while she was in the office. Her mother agreed, but she urged Sarah to ask her manager if she could work from home for a few months. So Sarah explained her predicament to her manager and asked about the possibility of working from home. After receiving approval from her project manager, Sarah headed to office to pick up her laptop and other necessary devices. After everything had settled, Sarah realized she would have quit her work without looking for any other options. She also observed that when she began seeking any alternative course of action, she was able to discover the path and everything began to fall into place. She was relieved that she had not initially resigned from her position. Now she began to consider Shree's account of what transpired in her marriage and whether she resigned from her job. Sarah, what could have happened to Shree in herself? She started looking for a household helper who could help her with the chores. She realized how crucial it is for women to be financially independent and the imperativeness of looking after their family's finances. Earlier, she thought it was the responsibility of men to manage the family's finances. She was unaware of the loss or debt in the business, or her husband may not have told her. Sarah, is this Sri's mistake or her husband's? Inner self. This is how the society operates. The women are expected to take care of the household chores and family members. Even she takes care of all her household work before going to the office. She has to cook, wash the vessels, wash the clothes, and clean the house. Then she had to travel for about 3 hours to reach the office and return home. She has to maintain her office logging hours of 45 to 50 hours every week. If she gets some extra work or if she cannot complete her work, she needs to extend her day and complete it. Sarah, so you mean to say if you go to work, you have to take care of household work as well? Inner self. You can take help from a family member or hire a maid, but in Shree's case, her office timing and family situation do not allow her to employ a maid. Sarah's inner voice continued the story of Shree. Earlier, when she received the marriage proposal, She went to her hostel and called her mother, explaining that she could not quit her job because it was crucial to both her and her family. After being persuaded by Shri, her mother informed Shri's father about Shri's choice. However, Shri's father had already made up his mind to say yes to the job proposal, yes to the proposal under the condition that she would quit her job. Shri's father believed it would be beneficial for Shri and that she would not have to fight to balance her personal and professional lives. As she spent the majority of her life away from the family atmosphere, she could manage her family and live a happy life while taking care of their children. She could also spend quality time with her family. Everything went well, and she was persuaded by others that it would be favorable for her future. Sometimes, even after hearing someone else's story, we are unable to empathize with it until it happens to us. Shri was undergoing the same experience. It was solely Shri's parents' responsibility, and they wanted their kids to settle in life. As Sri was preoccupied with making purchases and shopping for her wedding, she was unaware of how boring a day without work could be. Her home was brisked by the relatives and she was enjoying the bustle. But nothing stays the same every day. As Shri woke up in the morning, she made breakfast and tea for the family members. Her husband resumed his work after they got married. Now Shri was alone in the house of her in laws. She was contemplating why only her life had turned upside down after getting married. She had to quit her job and relocate to her husband's house. Her cupboard was full of all her academic credentials and employment history certifications. She was not aware if she would need those piles of certificates in the future. After a few days after their wedding, Shree's husband took her to buy her a gift. She preferred to buy a watch as a first gift after marriage so that she could always keep it strapped. But as she no longer commuted to work, all she could do was wear the watch whenever she had to go outside. Shri and her husband visited the store where a wide selection of unique timepieces were showcased with the price tags. The customers had to option to choose from customized features and colors. Shri's husband suggested opting for a personalized watch. She made her choice from the available features with the assistance of her husband, who explained all the nuances and benefits to her. With the waves of happiness on her face, she picked one. When she finished placing the order and paid, she noticed another watch that was very attractive in design. She said to her husband that she had changed her mind and wanted to buy the other watch, but her husband resisted. The order has been already placed and it was final. The watch was relatively expensive compared to the one she had ordered. She felt hurt. She started to understand that she could not make her own decisions unless she had her own money. Now, Shri was awakened to this reality. She allowed her husband to choose the gift for her, but she had no option to change her mind later, even if she found something better or that was superior to the watch she had initially selected. She began to understand how her life had radically changed since the time she had her own money and was independent of others' approval. This is not that adamant or aggressive mind that, like, I am earning or it is my money. However, anyone who has experienced this kind of circumstance can identify how it feels to have our hard earned money to buy something for ourselves. It has been a few months since she left her job. She could not join back to search for another job because of her family situation. So she started looking for some option to earn by working from home. During her work tenure, she was skilled in her office work. She was aware of the latest tools and techniques that could benefit working professionals. Therefore, she began to share the knowledge she had got she had through videos and other online platforms. She shared content on social media that were relevant to her expertise and domain. Gradually, she began to gain visibility in the marketplace. People who were from the same industry started following her and derived value from her daily social media posts. She created a fan base and followers. Many people contacted her for advanced levels of information and were ready to pay to her for her guidance. Now, as she had many contacts, she created an online program and started conducting a coaching program. She wanted to take her program to the next level, so she realized she needed to work on upskilling herself. Therefore, she found the right mentor and followed all her mentor's instructions. This helped her streamline her programs and courses and add to her earning. She also developed scores of courses using recordings. This was one time effort that yielded multiple returns. She could generate money by selling the course to anyone. Now, coming back to Sarah's story. Sarah's mother took care of her child and Sarah started going to office. Everything went fine until her mother fell sick. She had some health issues and could no longer take care of her child. Now, Sarah took the help of her in-laws and managed a month of her office work. Sarah's fathers and relatives are taking care of Sarah's mother in the hospital. Sarah could not stay with her mother in the hospital because of her baby was too young. After being in hospital for 10 days, Sarah's mother's condition improved and was eventually discharged from the hospital. Sarah requested permission from her manager to continue working from home while caring for her mother. She was unable to take time off because she had recently returned from maternity leave and had already taken leave without pay. Additionally, she observed when her mother was in the hospital, due to her mother being a housewife, there was not much savings left over after arranging for their children's upbringings, marriages, and maternities. Her father took care of the medical expenses and the treatment while also managing his business. Sarah now understood the value of financial security in the time of emergency. She could not leave her career or her infant child behind. She prayed to God to help her in her work from home job because her current project did not permit longer term employment from home. Sarah needed to manage her family and her job. She used to look after her child and manage the housework. Now that she was a mother, she had to not only take care of her own family but also their financial well being, especially in times of emergency. Sarah believed that by giving her parents a happy and fulfilling life, she would be doing them justice. She began recalling her early years when her parents had a difficult time making ends meet. She now had a choice to use her degree and income to give her family a good life. Sarah's husband was very supportive and never interfered with her choices. She was free to make her own decisions. Her husband never forced her to make any decisions to throw out her career. He was quite encouraging and said to Sarah, "It is only you who studied hard and earned this position. It would be unfair if I ask you to continue with your job or quit. I will continue to take care of you and our child even if you leave the job." Sarah started focusing on her career and made some alternative arrangements to take care of her child. She toiled to get promoted in her job and earn more money. Sarah felt incredibly grateful at this point and understood that it was her duty to take care of others around her. By learning the trending technologies and focusing on her personal growth, she spiraled up in her career. Below are some key lessons Sarah learned during the journey of her personal development. Take care of your health, reduce screen time, spend quality time with yourself by taking care of your body and mind. Keep some me time where you create space and schedule for enriching your body and mind's needs. Make yourself your favorite meal, start with your personalized yoga routine, or read your most adored book. Take out time for yourself and keep away from everything else during this time. Reduce screen time. Watching too much television or spending excessive time and energy on social media is not healthy in any way. It leads to the rotting of your mind and makes you feel tired and bored after a point. It also dulls your creativity and leaves no room for novelty and spontaneity. All of this will eventually lead to increased frustration and anxiety. Consider how to make money from your skills and passions if you need to quit your job or rely on others for finances. Here are two ways to do so. First, find your skills, talents, and utilize them so that you can create your own money. Or you can look around at the problems, such as the elderly who are malnourished and without care, and the children who are left alone and have no one to look after them. There are people who have no one to take care if they are alive or not. The saddest aspect of somebody who may have lived in a family but is now left alone with no one to talk to, feed, or otherwise take care of them may be this situation. They do not have a place to stay. We all know the basic needs of every human or food, clothes, and shelter. Many people still lack access to 3 healthy meals per day and a place to stay. I met numerous women who lost their husbands in early age and taking care of their families as daily wage workers. These women will continue living solitary life after their kids are grown up and have their own families. Once they reach a certain age, they will become powerless to work anymore and depend on others. They will not have much savings or stable finances because they battled to raise their children and manage their families in the early years. Can you picture what their lives would be like if their child abandoned them? With this, we are completing the chapter 2. See you in the next video with my chapter 3, Overcoming Obstacles to Live Your Best Life, that is transformation. Thank you for your time. If you like this video, please give a like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and share with your friends and family members. Thank you. See you in the next video. Take care. For your life transformation, this is Stella, Life Coach.